Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
It's all right now because anything you do.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road.Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Gary was a man who thought he could rule crypto, sharing at the SEC.
You like what you see. Well then, please subscribe, eh? And if you like what I do, then smash that like button too.
Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it says Chart School, you click that full playlist, and voila! They got all the knowledge right there.
For those of you that have hit that like button, I should say thank you very much.
Well, I see we got DP in the house, and it looks like there may be one other person lurking back there. Hey, how you doing? Glad to have you here. This is just a random pop-up stream here that normally doesn't get a lot of traction, but this is where a lot of alpha that I'm coming across right now. I just want to share with you guys. There are some possible trade setups that are looking good and that look like they're getting ready to pop off. Out of all the coins I'm looking at over most, some of the ones that I'm into and playing, I've got it's a growing list. There's some that are starting to look like they're shaping up. but these are showing some signs on the charts that they're getting ready to do something. So there's some plays here. So for anybody looking for trade setups, that's what we're doing today. I'm going to find the trade setups, post them on here, go through it, and then I'm going to post them over into the Telegram group, which, by the way, if you're not familiar with that, it's your first time seeing me. My face changes a lot. This is one of the many. I'm anonymous, if you haven't guessed. Keep it anonymous. But we do have a got a Telegram group that is free. And the first link I'm throwing up on the screen right now is for the chat group, and this is where all the cool kids hang out. There's also an AI bot there that will do analysis on your chart, somebody else's charts. It pulls up charts. It's crazy all that it does. It's the most phenomenal thing that I've seen in the market. That's why I've got it there. It's a premium subscription service that I pay for that you can take advantage of for free. Go check it out. It's by Coin Trends. It's one of the hottest, coolest things ever. And the second link that I've got is where the chart room is. And oops, that's not it. You can hit that one too. Here we go. There's the button. And let's see if we can throw this one up there. Sometimes my little thing works a little bit slow here, but this is the chart room. Now this is divided up into various topic rooms over there, but this is where we're going to be posting. This is in the chart room area here, and look, all these different areas. I'm going to be posting charts into the trade setup area. That's this little guy right here. It says trade setups. And so I'll be posting them right here today, and that's where they will be. Now let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to take a look at Bitcoin is because if Bitcoin is not doing good, if Bitcoin is not happy, man, these chart ideas will probably roll over and not seem as, lose some steam. So we first got to talk about Bitcoin, and what I'm looking at right now is this little wall of resistance we got. 21 moving averages right there. It's getting up close to 55,000, and the thing that I want to see happen is this little level right here, 55,000. Let's just say 55,005. We've really got to get past that if we want to see some more positive action out of Bitcoin. So it's essential that we start seeing some signs come up that maybe we come back into this area and gain that, and then we can start moving our way back up slowly, jaggedy, however it wants to do it. I don't care. We just need to start getting above this area right here. And it's showing some signs that we may be doing that on the 4-hour chart, and we're starting to get the first glimpses. Today is Sunday, so it's kind of interesting. This is when here in about 6 minutes, the market's going to open right up for us, and we'll get a feel for what's going to happen today and a little taste of what tomorrow may bring. But right now, let's go ahead and move it over to the altcoins. Now, let's take a look over here at Total 3. This has something to do with what's going on, and you can see that we've been in a channel with altcoins, right? And we've had a nice little bump up from right here, 527. That little nice little blue line that I've got there that we found support on at the bottom of this channel, and I'm trying to pull it up here. Now we did wick below it, but I'm still calling it. Nailed it! I'm saying it. We hung out there, baby. That's what that line means. It's a place we can hang out. That's a measured move. That's not the important thing right now. The important thing right now is we're coming up to the top of this trend line. We break above it, altcoins are going to start taking off, and that's what I'm seeing in the charts. We got Bitcoin dominance down here starting to come down. Losing this line, things are looking favorable for a short little move up in altcoins. This is what I've been talking about a little lately. Got to see how well it does. It's either going to do one of two things. Either we're going to go for it, and we're going to see some altcoins pop and our portfolio start looking more healthy, and they need that, or it's going to continue to roll over. We'll find that out, I would say, in the next few hours. But right now, let's go ahead and get into the altcoins I see popping off. These are some of the most, the strongest moves I see that may be happening, and they may even starting to happen now. But I want to go to the daily time frame, and the first one we're going to look at is SWE. Let's see what's going on with SWE. I've already got things up. Let's, do we need this? All my ideas just out there. So SWE's had a nice little run too, right? Just, oh man, she already got started. It's about at 77 cents. And I'll be like, well, why didn't you? I was. I like sitting down there. There's a lots of good things happening right here. And let's take a look at these ideas. We got a little bit of channel idea, and I always like to fill out the channels to give us some ideas about where our resistance will be. I can see a possibility we have SWE coming up. I mean, I doubt that it hits 132, but it's definitely on the cards. We have these areas about 86 is already off the table there. Let's get rid of that. 93 has already been hit. 112 is the main target that I'm looking for in there. But regardless, I mean, it can go higher. In a channel is not so much. This is the reasons why. This one has just flipped the MACD, moving into Gator. She's ready to rock and roll. She's given us the confirmation. Now we just got to figure out when to get in and when to get out. So I want to remove all this stuff that I've already got there. The targets and the areas where she could face resistance and all that. And we're going to start anew. I'm keeping that one though. Let's come down smaller time frame at 10 or the 4 hour. Now, if we're trying to get in and we want to get a better price, there may be some options here because she will come down before she starts taking off and going up. It's going to zigzag. This is where we take advantage of that. And so here are our areas most likely that we can maybe find an entry at 80. I know we're at 94. You're telling me it's kind of come down 10 cents. I'm saying it could. And this is how I work this. Now, most likely we won't get back below this 86 cents area because Lucy's hanging out there. That's that little red moving average. But these are the three areas to kind of layer in on, and that's what my approach, and I'm sure yours would be different. Everybody is different, but starting at the 382 down to the 618, layering in orders for a layering in, get a position built. The closer she comes to this trend line, the better. I'm just saying, but she's likely to come down a little bit, and then we'll start getting our pop. Now, if we do go to that 12-cent area, and let's just take it from right here, about 87 cents. That's a nice 28% gains, and there are some other higher areas, maybe to 40% gains. But this little guy is getting ready to do something. She's just not quite there yet. Right now, she's at the top of resistance. So let's flesh out this idea. We're at the top of that in the channel. So the daily says she's ready to pop. The 4 hour says we can get a little bit of a pullback, and that's the time to build a position, and that's what I'm looking at. So I'm throwing this one out there. Let's see if we can clear out this, and we were going to post this over. So it's important, like I said, we got to see what Bitcoin's going to do. And it looks like there will be a rollover here, but I would look to wait for it to come down here, confirm a bounce at the bottom of the trend line, and then you can set in a nice order. Now I've got some other ones that we may be able to get in immediately, but this is just after we break this one down. This is what it's saying. This one's saying, hey, chill out, wait for the opportune time if you want to get the real move. Wait for your confirmation. Let's get her set up here. So I'm going to come down to this one. I think she's got a good chance to get, oh man, really close down there. We'll go from here, right there. Your stop loss would be underneath the trend line. And beneath this candle right here, 78 would be good. What do we got? That's about a 10%, not bad. How we come out risk reward ratio up to here. That's right at a 3-to-1. That's doable, and you've got a lot of wiggle room here in the stop losses. You got a lot of wiggle room too with your entry, which will help you mitigate your risk. So the closer you can buy this to the bottom of the trend line, well, the bigger risk reward ratio. Now it goes from a 3-to-1 to a 5-to-1, and didn't change the stop loss. Stop loss at 6%, still below this area over here. Because if price does come down here, it breaks past this little area where we're getting iffy places, and if it comes down to here, and especially if it comes down past this area, well, I mean, this is your first clue. This is over. This is done. So that's what we don't want to see, and that's why the stop loss is helpful there, in my personal opinion. Ideally, I do like this area down here. If I were going to put this as a really, really good trade setup, I would put her down here. Right in this area, about 85 cents. All right, let's copy this little guy. This is the 4 hour SWE. I want to put her on the daily because I'm charting this from the daily. So this is where the signals and everything are coming from. And so in this one, it is important to wait for the pullback. All right, so SWE daily. There's a swing long idea. Oh, did we get our, yeah, with our, with the 112 target or better. I didn't really put out my targets. There could be some more targets we could go with. Well, that was the one that had the nicer payday on it anyway. We need to wait for the pullback. On smaller time frames. Best entry is between 80 and 86 cents in my opinion. See Sunday. Random live stream. More details, because I'm not going to type it out here and make you guys have to sit through all that. All right, so let's move on from SWE. We got to post it up there, the idea. There are some other targets that we could put up there to take some profits, and it's better to wait for 112. I see 112 and possibly 121, to be honest with you. 121 looks kind of juicy. All right, so the SWE will take a little bit of patience to play out, but that one is starting to move. AVAX is another one that is starting to look good. She's starting to show some good signs. Let's take a look at AVAX over here. Let's clear all this off. Again, most of the ones that I'm bringing to our attention are the ones that are starting to show some nice little movements here, and AVAX happened to be one of them. Now she's not as far along as the other ones, so we're front running it just a little bit. But if you want to look at this, I mean, she still hasn't got a breakout, so you could play this as a breakout trade. Wait till it comes back up to about $25, retest, and jump in at 25 and start taking profits at 32, something like that. You could do that ideas, but me, I like to front run stuff. And we are at the bottom of a trend line on the daily. I mean, we're getting further away from it, but we're still close to it. $21 versus 23 where we are right now. And then when you take into those considerations there, let's go ahead and get our target set up. Swing high to swing low. So we bounced off the 618, got rejected, but now we're coming back here. So we've got 29, 28, and almost $33 being our main targets that we're going to look at for there. She possibly could come up to 35, but you know, no guarantees or whatever, but a nice 40 up to 40% move from where we are right now. Not bad, not bad, not bad. 200 moving averages up here on the daily. We are likely to do that. We got the 600 above 800 giving us a green light for more upward momentum if we want to do it. We got the green dot here on Market Cipher. We got all the signs lining up. There's going to be a little something, a little pump. And for the shorter term, I guess we do need to do that. Let's get some shorter term targets here. Just for purposes and giggles, we want to go with the 2648. Yeah, I know, 2523. Some people will go with that. That is the 618. Definitely a great target. Normally the very first one you will ever see me post on here, but on this one we need just a little bit more, and I think she can get it. I think she'll blast right through that. But maybe not. Let's go ahead. Ichimoku Cloud saying something about 25 too. So for the more shorter term plays, not the swing, well, not so much a swing. It could be. We are on the daily. These are the shorter term time frames. Now let's see if this, how well it's worth it here. Is it worth our time and effort to do this one? Even if we just jump in right here, put stop loss about 10%. To the first target, not much. It's a 1-to-1, but that would be a good starting target. You can pay yourself a little bit. 1 to 4 or 5, not great. But we start getting into what we need right up here in these two areas, and I like that one. I like this one especially right here at 31. And that would be a 3.5 to 1 risk reward ratio with the stop loss right below here. A 10% stop loss. That's a pretty sizable stop loss. Probably would not work on leverage. You want something shorter and you can get it. But now look here on the 4 hour, what we got going on. We're reclaiming the 200 moving average, and I think that's just juicy. You got rooms you can tighten up your stop losses and put it below the 200 if you want to and really go for it. That could give you on the smaller, if you're playing this for a smaller play and not a longer swing trade, you know, that still gives you a 3 to 1 right here. Just getting up and getting the little breakout. This is more like what we would probably see on the play out short term. So there's some ideas. This one could pop. 3 to 1. How much? What is that? That's about 9%. So that would be your leverage type play. But I still like this one right here for the swing trade. So we're going to put this one out here again. The signs on the daily are saying we're getting ready to do something, and it might take it. It could take it a whole week to start getting. It could take it 2 weeks to get up here. But if we can turn $100 into $135, well, you got something. And if you want to throw some leverage on it, well, that's totally up to you. All right, let's post AVAX over here. That's Avalanche. I can't even spell you right. I'm not even going to spell it. We're just going to go with AVAX. Screw you. Oh, wait. We still haven't got our... Do we have our intro? We didn't even come down. We just charted it here on the daily. Let's see if... No, there's not. No. You could wait and try to catch her lower, but the signs are saying here, man, this is the buy right now. You could take the chance, and she might. You might see her come down to 22.48, maybe. If she loses that, maybe she comes back to 21 and then bounces from there. And those are some possibilities if the market gets a little shaky and whatever, but she's at a good place to start nibbling or maybe even taking an entry, just depending on your risk tolerance. But the major trade setup right here on the daily, I likes it a lot. All right, so I'm sticking with that, yeah. All right. So I'm looking for a 3 to 1. For a $31 target. As price has, let's see, entry is suggested as price has cleared the 4 hour 200 MA and doesn't look to drop much. All right, let's go with that little guy. Put that there. SPL wants me to take a look at XLM. It's not on mine for a trade setup, but we'll take a quick look at it and see how it's doing. She's got the green dot here on Market Cipher. Stochastic's headed up. A lot of the coins are starting to look a lot like this. And it's just right before, and I mean, you could front run them, but it could go against you. But it looks like they're starting to slowly. We're getting the first signs of a turnaround. There's some divergence here. That's the hidden kind of divergence, which kind of means that the overall trend will continue. So what's our overall trend? Well, it's just been kind of down. She didn't make a higher high. I see a lot of chop on this one up here through this area. 9 cents. 4 hours? No, it's got the green dot too. She's trying to make a move. Ichimoku Cloud's not yet convinced. So what I'd be looking for is for her to try to regain this area right over here. And if you draw a trend line from candle bodies to candle bodies, kind of gives that little spot right there about 9.2. That would be the magic little X marks the spot to kind of look at that we could be going to, which is about another 3%. Moving averages here are, I mean, they're trying, but there's still going to be a lot of chop and bounce here. This is not one that's like showing me the signs it's getting ready to just pop off right now, but it is not far from the bottom of a trend line, which I like that. See, a lot of the coins are starting to look a little nice, but it all depends on what Bitcoin's going to do. All right, so we did that. Here's another one, Nakamoto Games. This one, in my personal opinion, is getting ready to do something. Looking on the daily, she's bouncing off the 800 moving average. Big deal. Big old thick Ichimoku Cloud there. Lucy's hanging out at 88 cents, so that will be a little headache area probably. I don't know. She got rejected, but then went through it no problems. Before, $1.40, $1.50 are showing up as areas that we need to go back and retest. Now, what we got is a possible big-ass double bottom W pattern here that could give us a measure move for this guy. Just taking the conservative one right there to the last bottom we got. Says 162. Nakamoto Games was close to $3, and she got really beat down in all this. It's a nice game in play. I like what I'm saying. Doesn't mean that you have to. There is a little bit of rounding shape going on here, so we got this little. Now it could continue, just maybe just going sideways and building instead of popping off to all these areas. So don't get it twisted. This little area, what we got, about 133, 136. Well, we should probably be in a little range between there for a little while, but eventually she's going to pop off and start going back to $2 or $3. This is a great little accumulation zone, in my personal opinion, for Nakamoto Games. But right now, she's saying, I'm getting ready to pop up. And I wouldn't doubt that we're headed to 130, 125. Let's get these zones kind of identified right here. This one is not quite giving me the cross. Some of the ones I've got are just now starting to cross on the MACD. This one's just now starting to show a little life, so it's kind of front running and getting in this one just a little earlier. 80 cents is not a bad place to buy it. She was down a little bit, in the mid 70s. I like what I'm seeing here. It may be a little shaky start on this one, but she's definitely got some potential to give some good gains. And if I were to, I would actually go with that target right there. That is, ooh, baby, that's a nice one. That is a 13-to-1 risk to reward, 4% stop loss, because we at the bottoms, baby. It's oddly unlikely that we go through here. If we lose that 800 moving average, she could wick under there if we get some bad news and everything, but everything here on the daily is starting to point up. Look at market cipher. She's getting ready to put a green dot here. This is what it looks like before it does the green dot. Stochastic's going upside. This VWAP line here is at the 0 point, starting to get ready to flip up there. It's front running it a little bit on the daily, but hey, that's all I like, the front run. We're at the point of resistance right now. She starts breaking through that. Maybe she'll fight around with it. 80 cents, 77 cents. I like what I'm seeing here for Nakamoto. You could set some smaller targets to take some profits, and I'm sure that would be just yummy. The biggest one I would look at with 618 also lines up with this little area over here, support resistance flip area. That one's going to be a big one, so about $1. Just right at $1 and a penny at $1. will probably be one of the best little take profit places to go with first. That would give you a 7-to-1 risk reward ratio, which is pretty juicy in itself. So just that alone. If you thought my target's too high, she gets only partial way there, and you made 33%. So 33% there. And then my main target, which is about 113, yeah, would be 60% gains. Oh, look at the main boy, Rhoda. This one's very realistic and very doable, in my personal opinion, right here. 786 is coming up there too. We can't ignore that one. So we got to zoom out, go back here to the daily. Depends on where you get in, of course, how this is going to work for you. So. Do you like, I'm just going to go with my big one up here. 55% gain because I like that. Copy the link and let's go paste this one over here. Buying the enter in the small time frame. What we got? We're 80 cents. All right, targets are 101, 110, and 125. All right, cool. Nakamoto. Call me. All right, I'll come back to this next one. Let's go with the OP. Optimism. Let's take a look at this one. This one has got a little bit of a different circumstance, so it's got more work to do. So off the bat, we're looking for her to come back up to 168 right there. So I don't want to go too far beyond that one, but if she gets above that, she can do some serious comebacks. This would be a swing pattern, swing failure pattern, bear trap, however you want to look at it. But she's also, look here on the Macadacious, starting to flip. So we're getting a bump up. So it looks very likely we'll come back up to these areas up here. Best way to get the target, my personal opinion, go swing high to swing low. Nail that 618 right there. 163 seems to be where we're headed mostly for this one. Slight possibility to come to 179, but we're getting kind of iffy at that point. Let's see what this looks like for a trade setup from where we are here to there, and a stop loss. Stop loss below the trend line and probably below a wick. We could get probably about 8% stop loss. Risk reward ratio is 2 to 6. That could be better. That one could be a wee bit better. You can increase that with your stop loss if you want to put it under the trend line. And how about this wick on this other candle from the previous day? That's 4.2. That's a little bit better. So stop loss would be at like 133. About 3.5 to 1 risk reward ratio when you adjust your stop loss a little bit there. So she's at 140 now, stop loss at 133, and take profit at 170. Oh, I got 168 actually. 164. Let's take you over here. All right, we got we're at 140, 140-ish. Stop loss 133. Take profit 1.64. 17% gains on spot. Risk to reward 3.5 to 1. All right, we'll take a look at this one. Let's see what it looks like on the chart here. This is DOT. This is polka dot. I know, crazy, right? It's been a lackluster thing. Her MACD looks sexy today. MACD is sexy today. She's getting ready to pop. A good chance. A good chance. She hadn't officially done it. This is for the front run Degens out there, but she's getting ready to do something. And what could she be doing? What are you up to? What are you up to, Dot? Because it says you're getting ready to do it. She's regained the non-moving average on the daily. Oh, everything's looking beautiful. Let's see if it's worth our time. 460 is one of the main targets, and 482. Those are our main guys right there. Is it worth it? Would it be worth it just spot trade, just as it is? We've got a candle down here at 381. That was low. Candle bodies, or yesterday our low was 394. That would make a good stop loss area. Let's go from where we are now to, let's put the stop down here. I like this area right up here, 481. That's not the greatest, can't work that. We're on the daily, so we can go just right below the daily candle for this idea. That gives you a great risk reward ratio. If you just come right below the previous candle though, and that's what I'm going to do for this particular setup, that's a little bit more on the conservative in between side. About 390. And that makes the risk reward ratio decent right there at 3 to 1. I like that idea. Let's take a look at it in smaller time frame, see what it looks like. 4 hour. Ooh, she in that cloud. She in there to do it. Could there be a better place to buy it? Maybe there's a pullback. There definitely could be. I would be targeting between then this little box area right here. If you want to add to position or something, that's an idea. Now you can get in up here, and then you got your stop loss down here at the bottom. Here's something that that I do sometime when it comes to these trades like that. I might have some orders in between my stop loss. I might even have an order at my stop loss and then a bigger stop loss put at a bigger spot. Does that make sense? That way they come out stopping people out, coming trying to wick people out in these areas. Well, it just gets me some buy orders, some more buy orders as I put bigger orders down there and taper in. You gotta play around with these ideas and kind of outsmart them. They work within a range. If you expand your range just a wee bit bigger, you got a little bit of an edge on them, but that's how I look at it. So DOT, the lackluster coin, one of the biggest lackluster ones I've been holding for 2 years. Finally trying to do something here on a little bit of a trade idea, so I like that. She could pop up there and do some stuff. 464.80. Do we have that little guy? It's only 10% move up to that first target. And 16 to our second target. Alright, we're going to copy this little guy. Oh, I need to put... Let's do this, our little buy zone. And then we'll copy our link. Dot. Swing trade idea. $3.95 to about $4.05. Stop below 390. Targets are going to be 460 and 481. 46 and 481. This one looks interesting too. This one is Zen. This is Horizon. And that one's already been moving. She's already got her little takeoff, but she is being really strong. So for this one, I would look for a pullback. That's big old thick Ichimoku cloud. I would be looking for a pullback. I think this one's already on its way there. It would be a good one to look and see if I'm probably not going to post this one, but if we can get a pullback, this area between 740 and 765 would be a good place to get it, in my personal opinion. Because I can see her going up to 874 right now. Not too much further away from where she is, but probably not good. Not a good risk to reward ratio to jump in and try to get just 7%. Maybe come up here to 13%. But if you're like me and you've already been in this one, well, this is kind of nice. Here's something else that, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of out there if you want to look at it, but if you invert this chart, what is it, Alt-I? This is the pattern that when we first had our run up with Bitcoin, when she first came up to like 70-something thousand, this is what it did. It was called a triple top. And they look kind of funky. They look like, well, look, sort of head and shoulders, but they don't have a good neckline, and it's just kind of crazy. But if you want to look at it like that, it's kind of like, I don't know, somebody's sitting there going, I don't know, with the shoulders up above the head going, I don't know. this is what it looks like as a bearish pattern, as a top. And we got that on Bitcoin before we got the big ass drop. The first big ass drop that we had, establishing that range. And this is it. 4 hour time frame. Inverted, I might add. As soon as I can flip this chart, there we go. Here it is regular. So this would be the bullish version of that. This would be a possible triple bottom idea. What's cool about these is that they've got a cool measure move, and you take that whole length from its toppy top to the bottom, and you put that little guy right over here. It's got such a nice bigger measure move that this is just 1141. A little different from your head and shoulders pattern, because if you're trying to play it as that and it's a messy looking, you're like, this looks like a weird head and shoulders. We got the head and shoulders vibes. You'd be looking about 1040, and I'm sure that target would hit. There's some areas over there, but it's really trying to tell you, baby, I can do so much more if you just give me a chance. That's my take on the inverted triple bottom pattern here. If you need more information, go to thepatternsite.com, free site by Thomas Bukowski, the GOAT on pattern trading. The only person I would trust when they start talking about percentages of breakouts. So this one has a 7% to break to the upside and all that. He's got the statistics. Everybody else is just saying 68%, or just regurgitating information they've been told and don't even understand the things behind it. Go to pattern, get with the source, Thomas Bukowski, if you really, really want to get a better understanding of this game. So that's what I got for Zen. I'm not going to throw this one out there, but I think that looks kind of interesting if we can get up there. And I think that she can. Oh, well, maybe we should. But she does have a little bit of a breakout idea, and I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll share this one. As soon as I find my... There we are. We're down here, right? Oh, you can get a nice stop loss, nice risk reward ratio for that. That was a measured move, I believe, right? Or is that what that was? I think about 1160, 1165 is a good target. 1072 looks good. And of course, this area right here, 911, 910, look really good, in my personal opinion. Let's get, where are you, man? Price range, yeah. 29% up to 1072, that's not bad. Get a little of a pullback for this one at 911 to be the only time that's worth taking that one. If you can get a better entry, that might be worth taking right there. It's only about 19-20% if you can get a better entry on that one. Just jumping in where we are and going at 1072 or higher would be 30%. I don't recommend just jumping in. I recommend going to a smaller time frame and seeing if you can finagle a little bit better. I think there will still be retest where, you know, she looks like she's starting to come back now, and she could bounce around here a little bit before doing that. So you can get a better entry if you're patient with that. But even if you're not the patient type, and well, you have to be patient to wait for something to play out, I still like 1072 and 1165. Want to copy this link and now post it over to the Telegram group. Guys, I got more of these to do, and I'll probably save them for the night stream. This is Zen, Horizon. A 4-hour chart. swing trade idea. From surprise. I get lazy when I have to start typing. All right, so we got that one posted over there. Let me check out with you guys, see what you got going on. I want to say the rest of them. I do have some more, and then some more that are getting closer and closer. It's because we're starting to see things look a little bit more favorable for altcoins. Again, it depends on what Bitcoin does, and we'll get a taste of it today. Probably got a taste of it now. What are you doing, Bitcoin? What are you doing over here, Bitcoin? Let's go back and check it right now, because the CME has opened up, and we're getting a little bit of a pop-up. We got some restrictions up there with Lucy. Good old Lucy, always there on the smaller time frame or any time frame, just to kind of bust our bubbles and kind of give us a little resistance. So we're going to have to struggle a little bit, in my personal opinion, here for a little while. But it's a nice little thing. I know a lot of people want to look at this in different ways. You have bullish outlooks and bearish outlooks. It's be a bear flag going to the downside, but remember, good chance we'll come back up here to this trend line, see what we do. We're almost there. We got to get above 55,500. That's my line in the sand that we got to get above if we're going to keep going up and not roll over and get a lower low. So, and how altcoins perform all depends on Bitcoin, but that's what I'm looking for this week. 55,000. We need to get above it. 55.5. Could be happening today, could be happening tomorrow, and as it tries, altcoins will pop up, and that's where we'll try to take our profits when we can. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate it. Midday stream again. I see it says Mr. Miles. Dr. Doomer, what's up, my man? Dave P. XP, I'm glad you guys are here. I'll be back again tonight, probably shooting about 10 o'clock tonight if everything goes well. Thanks for hanging out. Trade carefully, trade wisely. I can't find the button. Good night, everybody.